Hello grade 7, welcome once again for another video. Okay, so let's start with the warm-up, and the warm-up is again part of your quiz last Friday. So we're trying to answer the quiz last Friday. Okay, so same thing as before, you may download and use the download of your answers from Friday, or you can restart and do it again. Okay, so to check the solution, so we look at y minus 12 equals 32. So to complete the solution, we want to use the inverse operation of minus 12. That will be plus 12. So the answer there is plus 12. If you add 12 to the left of the equal symbol, you must do the same thing to the other side. So that's another 12. And then you can now solve downwards. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0, so there's nothing here. And 32 plus 12 is 44. Okay, so check your work. Here we have negative 5 multiplied by b is equal to negative 75. So in one-step solution, we're going with to solve the problem, you need to do the opposite or the inverse operation, which is division for multiplication. So we're going to divide both sides of the equal symbol by the coefficient, which is negative 5. So that should be negative 5 to the other side as well to balance the equation. So negative 5 divided by negative 5 is a 1. This could be 1b, but we do not have to write the coefficient 1. Equals negative 75 divided by negative 5. The negative divided by negative is a positive number, so you will end up with 15. Check your work and then include it in your work area that you're going to take picture of later at the end of the video. Okay, so for this video, your objective is to solve equations with variables on both sides. Now I'm going to show you examples on how to solve equations with variables on both sides. So for our first example, you will see on this slide that there is a variable on both sides of the equal symbol. So when it happens, you will have to isolate or group the variables or the terms with letters or variables on one side and then constants on one side. For you to do this, again, we're going to use the opposite. So we are going to remove 6y over here, and to do that, the opposite. So the opposite of positive 6y is minus 6y. If you subtract on this side, you have to subtract at the other side of the equal symbol as well. So 6y minus 6y is 0. So you do not have to write anything here. But then you put the minus 4 and don't lose that minus symbol, the one that's on the left of 40. Minus 40 over here, have the equal symbol, and 1y minus 6y is like 1 minus 6. 1 minus 6 is negative or minus 5y. Okay. And then once you get to this place, you will see that you are in a one-step equation. So you have negative 5 multiplied by y. The opposite is division for multiplication. So you need to divide both sides by the coefficient, which is negative 5. So divide the right side by negative 5. Same thing on the left side. So negative 5 divided by negative 5 is 1y. You don't have to write the 1. Negative 40 divided by negative 5 is 8. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. Okay, so if you want, you can watch again. If you were confused, you can go back, but I have another example coming up. Okay. Oh, before we do, let's check your answer so we know that you have the correct answer. By checking, you need to replace the variable by the answer or the solution that you have. So y is 8, so you can copy this equation over here, 6, and then change y to 8. Okay, and this means multiplication, so then you have multiplied by 8, then copy minus 40. So let's check if we will end up with the correct answer. So with 8, so then 6 times 8 is 48 minus 40, so you have an 8. So your answer is correct. Okay, so let's go to the second example. Second example is 9z equals 5z minus 16. Again, our goal is to have this constant by itself. So we want to remove 5c out of the way. Because this is a plus 5c, we want to use the opposite. Okay, so the opposite of plus 5z is minus 5z. And to balance the equation, whatever you do to the right side of the equal symbol, you must also do it to the left side of the equal symbol. So subtract 5c's on both sides. So we can now do solve it going downwards. So 9z minus 5z is like 9 minus 5. 9 minus 5 is 4, and you just copy the z, the letter. And then now we move on to the right side of the equals symbol. 5z minus 5z is 0, so that is gone. And you just write the minus 16. And remember, don't lose the negative or the minus symbol. Okay, here, this one, you have to carry it with your 16. So now, at this point, this looks similar. This is a one-step equation. This is 4 multiplied by z. You wanna do the opposite or the inverse operation to solve z. So the opposite of multiplication is divide. So you are going to divide both sides by the coefficient. The coefficient is 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. You have 1z. You don't have to write the 1. Negative 16 divided by 4 is negative 4. Okay, so before we move on, let's check if the answer is correct. Again, by way of checking, you replace your z in this equation up here, the equation that you started with, and replace it by negative 4. So I'm going to do that here, down here. 9 is here, then replace z by negative 4 equals, I copied 5 multiplied by negative 4 minus 16. Do they have the same value? 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. Then over here is 5 times negative 4 is negative 20. Negative 20 minus 16 is also negative 36. So that means our answer is correct. Z is equal to negative 4. Okay, so now we're moving on to number 3. Number 3, I would like you to pause the video. This time, solve this problem on your own and write it on a piece of paper because you are going to show the process when you do answer it. Okay, solve it by yourself and then we are going to check your answer. Okay, here's the solution. Take a look at what you have done on your paper if it's the same thing. Add both sides by 13v. Then you will have 75 equals 15v. You're going to divide both sides by 15. And then v is equal to 5. Show the checking of your answer. It should look like this. And 5 is correct. Okay. Here is another problem. Do the same thing. Pause the video and solve the problem independently and then later on I'm going to show you the solution. Okay, playing it again. Here is the solution. We are going to subtract 24t on both sides, and then you bring down minus 18. 6 minus 24 will give you negative 18, and we just put back the letter or the variable. Then this is a one-step equation. Divide both sides by negative 18, and you will have 1 equals t. Check your answers. Replace all the variable t by the value 1 and see if the right side and the left side of the equal symbol will get the same value. Okay, by doing that, yes, you got both 6 on both sides. Okay, now it's time to work independently and show what you have learned. Okay, I want to see the steps. So on your piece of paper, you have 4 problems to solve and show that you have understood what I taught you. If you have a problem, then you can watch the video again. Okay, so solve them. Okay. 5 minutes before your class time is over, stop. Okay, don't worry if you are not finished. I just want to see an evidence of work. Okay, and remember, your last day, which is on a Thursday, is your catch-up day. Okay, and then by that time you can resubmit. Okay, solve all 4. Now, 5 minutes before class is over, take a photo of your work, upload it in ManageBac. The task title is Virtual School. Sorry, it should be like Virtual Schools. Solve equations with variables on both sides. Okay. I hope this is the end. I hope to see you in class soon. Bye.